Hello to my Virgos. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, Virgos. Let's get right into it. Let's see what's going on. Happy first quarter moon to all of my Virgos. The moon is in Aquarius. This looks like the moon is halfway illuminated, like it's cut in half. Obviously, it's not cut in half. It's half illuminated, halfway illuminated, right? So you want to land on the light side of the moon as you're learning how to close out cycles in love, right? Seeing things from a higher frequency in love as your pineal gland is opening. So you want to make sure you're documenting your dreams, especially if things are kind of fuzzy. It doesn't seem like it's perfect, so you don't want to jump ahead, put the cart in front of the horse, right? So you want to kind of sort of, get all your downloads through your dreams, all of those things. Don't put the cart in front of the horse, right? So, all right, let's get right into it. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. All right, my community wants me to thrive. That's a community you want to be a part of. So if you're believing in your dreams and you say, okay, I'm moving forward and I want to be a part of a community, I want to be in a community that wants me to thrive. So your prayers are going ahead of you. So you're saying, okay, I'm praying that whatever community I'm in, that community wants me to thrive, right? So you're putting the work in first. You're saying, okay, I want to make sure I'm speaking that into existence. Let source take care of that, take care of the rest. My community wants me to thrive. So when the moon is in Aquarius, you're feeling it in your feet, your Achilles, your because you're about to enter into rooms. Somebody is about to enter into rooms that you only dreamed of. So you may be feeling it in your calves, your ankles, your shin, your Achilles, right? And so you want to see what your zodiac sign is in your 6th house. So your feet is about to walk into spaces. And so it could be coming in, it could be coming through your dreams. Something could be coming through your dreams and you're just like, okay, I want to make sure I'm thriving in those spaces, right? So I don't want to put the cart before the horse and, end up going, oh my God, I'm actually in the room with these energies I had a dream about. Like, what the heck? What the Hail Mary full of grace is going on in here? All right, let's see what's going on. Right? So yeah, your community wants you to thrive. Community wants you to thrive. So let's get it. I'm seeing your abundance and your prosperity grow right there. Right there, right off the bat. Your abundance and prosperity growing, right? So I see abundance and prosperity. This right here connects us with Venus, the planet of love, beauty, art, music, aesthetics. So that's what's first is putting you in those spaces. So you want to be real meticulous about what you're talking about, who you're talking about, what you're talking about, if you're communicating. So when you're getting those downloads and you're in receiving mode, you could be in space. Let's say, for instance, you're a reader. And somebody could be like, oh, I'm a Libra, I'm a Taurus. Are you talking about me? You may not be talking about them. So being meticulous is really speaking to both sides of that. Speaking to both sides. They can have some of the characteristics, but it's again speaking to them thriving. Because again, you're talking to self. When you're talking to them, you're talking to yourself. Like, are you a bully? You're telling people what bullying looks like, what it means, right? Because you're having downloads and dreams right now. You could be. I can't say should be, but you could be. And be walking. You had a dream about walking. You could be having dreams about walking into spaces, right? And you don't want to walk into spaces where you're like, oh God, I'm now ushered into spaces where I've been talking about people and I'm about to be bullied. It's like, oh my God, exit. Where's the exit? Where's the exit? Where's the exit ramp? All right. So yeah, here we have, what about what about the challenge here? What about the challenge? What's the challenge? Right? People said there could be a Gemini that said you talk about people behind their back. You could have a lot of people that say loved ones said you talk about people behind their back. These could be loved ones. And when I say Gemini's rule 3rd house, not necessarily a Gemini. You could have a Gemini in your family, but not necessarily them. right? I'm trying to think, do I know any Geminis in my family? I don't think so. So no, it could be, it's people that you have in common. Like, you know, people that could be like people. So Gemini rules third house. That could be people you went to school with. That could be people who, and these people could have used one person to deliver that last sword to see if it was going to take you out, right? Because people could have felt like, okay, that's not, they could have been talking about you behind your back and like, oh gosh, okay, we know good and well Virgo's not going to take us with them. If Virgo get this big opportunity, Virgo's not going to take us with them. And but I don't see you not being compassionate towards these energies. You just don't want to be distracted. It's like being around a room filled with people who, you know, you've allowed them to get that close to you, and they took that opportunity to hurt you. And a lot of people have that in common. It's like you want to bring these people in rooms with you, and they turn around and stab you in the back. Like, that's bigger than ouch. You know how you have like buzzwords, like in business, you know, you say something to somebody, it's like, okay, ooh, that was offensive. And you have like buzzwords like ouch. That's bigger than an ouch. A sword wound is bigger than an ouch. So somebody needed to use somebody that's closest to you to see, you know, if that would do you in, because they already knew what they did to you already was so painful. These are loved ones that they knew you weren't going to take them with them. That's how painful something that they did. They knew you weren't taking them with you. Because that's how your abundance and your prosperity is growing. Imagine you going into a delivery room, and if somebody is pregnant with child, or if you planted to see, congratulations. And just saying, okay, I want the people that's closest to me in the delivery room. I want them, the people that's closest to me holding my hand. I'm ready to give birth. It could be that too. You could be giving birth to something big, right? Like something major could be dropping, right? And for you and someone else, and you look around and you see all these people who talked about you behind your back, and a light is shining on that, and you just like, let's say you had to see that. Let's say and these people will say some vain and vengeful things about you. They say some real vain and vengeful things about you. About what kind of work you do, about your health, about how you look, your mental health and your physical health. And you like, yikes. That's bigger than a ouch and a yikes. So you're like, oh gosh, you know, and you know, these people got to get cut off, right? So something has come to light. So yeah, your community wants you to thrive. Your community wants you to thrive. All right. So that's a challenge. It's the one that was holding that last sword. The one that was holding the last sword that you wanted to grow with. You just like, wow, that one of all people said this about me, man. What about the distant past? Somebody was a fish out of water. When it came to things, they were cloaking in someone else's energy, right? They were cloaking in two other people's energy that had a feeling about you, and they were new to this. So I feel like you're going to forgive somebody because they did not know they were, you knew. This is the thing, is that you knew though. Because something about them didn't sound like them, right? It's like somebody who is new to drinking. Like you've been around them. You're like, okay, this person doesn't even they weren't even raised around alcohol, right? And then you, all of a sudden, they sound like they've been drinking. You're like, well, that don't even sound like them. It's like they're a representative for someone else, cloaking in someone else's energy. They don't even sound like them. So you forgave them a long time ago because you knew they were in someone else's energy. You still have compassion for these energies. They're going to think you cold because we have a cold full moon coming up. But you already built up a wall. That's why they had to send this one energy. They had to cloak in this young person's energy because they knew they were a fish out of water when it comes to this. Because your abundance and your prosperity is growing. So Source is saying to you, your community wants you to thrive. Listen, but you're going to have to keep this energy close to you. Real close to you. Because they felt torn going in two different directions. They didn't know which direction to go in. They were really overwhelmed. Like, and you could hear it. You could probably hear it in their voice. And I say that because of this Gemini right here. We're not talking about a Gemini, but just the way they were communicating. You could tell that they were new to something. Like they didn't know what they were. They may be talking like a baby, like goo goo gaga. They could have been you know how babies, like the bubble sounds, like they could have been sound, like literally sound like they were new to something. All right, so here we have the recent past for you. Yeah. Yep. So somebody's working really, really hard at, they're doing it from the ground up. Somebody's really working hard on themselves at gaining some kind of clarity from you, right? As you are growing and your abundance and prosperity is growing, someone is gaining a lot of clarity from you with the way you communicate, because they're new to something. So somebody really wants to work with you. Somebody really, really wants to work with you. What are your strengths? Yeah. You make decisions. You know how to communicate very different ways. You know, it's various ways of making different ways. You have partnerships in business, partnerships in love coming across your path, but you also, that's a strength. You've had partners in the past, and you know how people communicate, right? So somebody doesn't have to say things to you all the time. They can give you a look, they can give you a hand signal, a wink. You know, couples, they could be looking at each other from across the room, and they could be saying a whole lot without saying anything. They could be saying, look, it's time to go. I'm tired. My corns are hurting. Like, I'm tired of wearing these heels. Look, let's go. And somebody could be having a grimace look on their face, like, my feet are hurting. I've been standing in these heels all night long. And you stand over there smiling like you don't understand. I'm ready to go. And my feet feel like they've gone numb at this point. So somebody could be looking at their spouse or their significant other saying their feet hurt. If the spouse don't get that message the first time, they'll get it when they get in the car. So somebody is learning how somebody communicates. Somebody has learned how someone communicates. They're learning how each other communicates with each other, right? And so this is where you, so partnership in business, partnership in love. And so this is for you. So if you have kids, you could have a love interest coming across your path, right? If that's what you want, right? But y'all are also learning how the other one communicates. You're not sitting there trying to perfect something. Like, okay, this person wasn't perfect. So when we get in the car, I'm not telling them, you know, I'm limping to the car or my knees hurt. You know, I had to scooch across the floor to get into the parking lot to the car because my feet felt like they turned into cement because you couldn't tell my feet was hurting. That kind of thing, right? So what I'm seeing here. So you do have a partnership in business and in love coming across your path. All right, so congratulations to you there. What about the near future for my my Virgos? Yeah. You know what to stay away from. You know what to stay away from. Yep, you know what to stay away. Anything that's impulsive. Any kind of impulsive decisions. Because this is also about decisions too. Any impulsive decision making. As you're growing your abundance and prosperity. Right. So Sagittarius moon could be of significance here. Influences on you. You're seeing something from a higher frequency. So it could be Sagittarius sun or Sagittarius moon. You're seeing something from a higher frequency you're not going back to. Because remember, somebody could have had a feeling about somebody. And as everybody is learning and growing, again, looking at your cards here, you're showing compassion. You made a decision to be compassionate towards showing compassion towards, but you're not going back to being confused in how you're communicating with energies, right? All right. External and environmental influences on my Virgos. Yeah. And you're also doing the mirror work. You haven't dried up. I mean, your creativity has not dried up at all right here. Because you see something from a higher frequency. Yeah. So you're just doing the mirror work. So you're kind of going back and you're doing the mirror work, right? You are doing the mirror work because you do see things from a higher frequency. And that's what you're speaking. You're speaking life into what you created. Whatever it is that you've created, right? Because this right here is in somebody's mind. Like, okay, well, I'm not going back to whatever it is you were doing, right? What inspired you, because that's what fire is inspire. What motivated you in the past. So people thought you were running away from something, but those people don't know you because you weren't talking about something. So let's say, for example, knitting, right? Maybe you won awards or whatever for knitting, right? And people thought, okay, you were running away from knitting. You could have taken a break for a reason. Who knows? So people assume you were behind closed doors, like secretly behind closed doors, just like sad, didn't know what was going on. Who knows what people thought? Like, who knows? People needed to do a wellness check on you and all of this. Somebody said you weren't coming back to something and you had run away. All of this conversation going on around you when people should have been talking to you. People were talking in code, secretly talking in code to you and around you, but not to you. So somebody was talking to somebody else, like either your child or talking to your business partner, or they could have been one and the same, but not talking to you about what was going on behind closed doors. That's like somebody sending a secret spy into your home and finding out what's going on in your life, but not talking directly to you. Or if you're in the workplace, spy on Virgos and report back to us. Wow. So yeah, you've made a decision to stay away from certain energies. Because it's been a nightmare for somebody. They were a fish out of water when it comes to this. Whoever this young person was, they were so new to something, cloaking in other people's energy, recording stuff, taping stuff, taking pictures of stuff. Like there's a little spy working for people. So yeah, you're staying away from those energies. Because those energies, they already know what they did and stabbing you in the back. But to use a young person to do that to you, they already knew they weren't going to go to the next level with you. So you're doing the mirror work. I feel like you know who you are. This is a destiny swap. Somebody wanted to go in some of the rooms where your feet are about to step into. That's what this is. You and somebody else. And so somebody made a decision. So yeah, you're not going back. You and somebody are not going back in there, and somebody now is paying attention, but you're taking them with you. Whoever this young person is, you're taking them with you. Hopes and fears. Yeah. Yeah, you're seeing something. Somebody sees something from a higher frequency. Again, 9th house. in terms of career and just being very responsible in their career, and just, how somebody may have been bullied on their way to their career. So somebody is hoping people see it. How people are bullied on their way to career. Like almost basically like, oh, we helped you get there. You got to take us with you behind closed doors and all that. You don't necessarily have to, especially if you see all of this fire here. There's no compassion. There was no compassion here, right? So a decision has been made. All right. What's the outcome? Yeah. Shadow work. Somebody has a Cancer moon. Yep. Somebody has a Cancer moon, and they see something about higher education, higher learning. Somebody has a Cancer moon, see something from higher education, higher learning in the spiritual realm. So yeah, let me see. Let's go ahead and close this out. So yeah, a lot of people have a lot of things in common. So, you know, when you see, when I'm reading cards, and I hear a lot of readers do, because I do support a lot of readers, you hear a lot of readers say sun, moon, rising, Venus. But I do specify that I'm speaking to your houses. Your houses, your 12 houses. Right? We don't have a card for Ophiuchus yet. Follow your heart. You're healing from the pain that they caused. Throat chakra cleanse. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Absolutely. So schedule a vacation. It's time to start dating again for somebody. Like I said, somebody has a partnership in business and or love. I don't know what everybody's situation is. Some people want to date, some people don't. But you have a partnership in business or love. Get some fresh air. Yeah, get out and get some fresh air. Archangel, Angel Gabriel, the messenger of God, is with you. It's not an archangel. But listen, it's all becoming clearer to you. You have a new attitude. It's time to heal your wounded warrior. That's your Chiron. So you do need your time of birth for that. And I do have a link for birth charts on my channel, on my website, queenamonra.com. But you keep it moving forward, adjusting your crown. All right. So he apologizes for betraying you, and pour into yourself more. Pour into yourself more. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Inner power. Give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. Okay. And we also see operating in a spirit of love, right? So somebody is letting go and liberating themselves from something. Somebody's letting go. Everything indeed is out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. And then see liberation here. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. Yeah, because they're not you. Yeah, some people were afraid that you would not take them with you wherever you're going. Some people were nervous because your abundance and your prosperity is growing. And so source, I'm telling you, I will slow that thing down to a halt, like screeching halt, until you make a decision to cut some energies off who are just riding a gravy train. It's the holiday season. People know earth signs love their family and friends to be around them. And people would think, oh, you being cold, you bought everybody gifts this last 15, 20 years. How come nobody's getting gifts now? So it's just hilarious to me when I see people get online like, look, don't expect nothing this year. You ain't getting nothing. I'm just telling you that right now. Don't buy me nothing because I ain't buying you nothing. So when I'm seeing people say that online, it's funny, but they just letting people know. They're letting people know. So some people are, you and your loved ones, that say somebody can have a moon in Cancer. But yeah, some people keep expecting for you to take care of everything. Some people, I don't know who these people are, but some people expecting for you to just, they're going to just keep riding the gravy train with you, whoever you are. And that's what a lot of people have in common. But you like, I'm letting everybody off at this station right here. Choo choo. The door swung open. I'm going to need y'all to go ahead on off. They rolling out. Ain't nobody offering no gas money, no nothing. Because they think you got it like that. They like literally looking at you like, oh, I know you have it, so adjust your crown. Adjust your crown. So Source had to take somebody all the way down to, Source had to maybe, hold some stuff for you. Source had to say, let me hold on to this for you because you're an overgiver. Whoever you are, this is what a lot of people have, overgivers have in common. Like, you just overgive. You just give and give and give and give and give, and people just stabbing you in the back. You just keep on giving. Maybe if I keep showing them, maybe I'll rub off on them. How that been working out? Every overgiver say the same thing. If I just keep giving, 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 maybe one day I'll give it back. So here we have accelerated motion. So stay focused. You're being fast tracked. You're being fast tracked. But yeah, that's overgivers. That's just overgivers. So you don't even have to hurt. You don't even have to, you know, get frustrated with yourself. You don't even have to get frustrated with yourself. You just know you have a big heart, whoever you are. You just have a big heart. So that's what Source had to balance something out for you. At first, people were like, oh, that person's cold. They just cut people off. But Source is like, no, you learning. Source will, you know, lower your reserve for a minute until you learn. Okay, these people keep taking. They'll see you out on the street. They won't care. So yeah, here we have timelines. So you're seeing something from a higher frequency now. Some people were trying to bring a temper out of you, and somebody else by separating you and somebody else. This is a temperance card. Trying to separate you and somebody else, trying to bring a temper out. Because again, they wanted to swap lives with you. Because hey, if you weren't able to go behind those closed doors, somebody was ready to step in and take your place. See how that works? Adjust your crown. That's what I have for you. Bye.